The Colosseum was Rome's greatest stage, but also its bloodiest. Not only gladiators fought here, executions, wild animal hunts, and even naval battles were staged. To impress the people, the arena could be flooded with water and filled with ships to reenact famous wars. Imagine standing in the crowd, cheering while hundreds of prisoners and exotic animals were slaughtered in front of you. It is said that during one festival organized by Emperor Trajan, over 9,000 animals were killed in a single series of games. Can you imagine the scale of that carnage? In Rome, your greatest enemy might share your dinner table. Poison was one of the most common tools of political assassination. Emperors, senators, generals, anyone could fall victim. Agrippina, the ambitious wife of Claudius, secretly slipped poison into his mushrooms to place her son Nero on the throne. But irony followed her. Years later, Nero himself ordered her death. This was Rome. Family ties meant nothing, and ambition was always stronger than blood. Slavery was the foundation of Rome's power. But when slaves rose up, Rome answered with pure terror. After Spartacus's revolt, thousands of slaves were executed. Their crucified bodies lined the Appian Way, stretching nearly 120 miles. Travelers could not walk that road without being reminded of Rome's cruelty. Ask yourself, was this justice or a warning carved into history? Roman banquets became legendary for extravagance. The rich consumed dishes so bizarre that they sound like myths: dormice stuffed with honey, flamingo tongues, jellyfish stews. Wine flowed endlessly, and silver bowls overflowed with delicacies. But here's the dark truth. While the elite stuffed themselves, the common people often lived on bread and porridge. This contrast between rich and poor wasn't just inequality, it was a sign of Rome's moral decay. Beneath Rome's official religion lay secret cults. The cult of Mithras, for example, required initiates to take part in rituals involving the blood of a sacrificed bull. These ceremonies took place underground, in hidden temples known as Mithraea. Another cult, dedicated to Bacchus, became so wild, filled with orgies and frenzied drunken rituals, that the Roman Senate tried to ban it. What does it tell us? That even in the most powerful empire in the world, people still sought hidden gods in the dark. Romans didn't hide executions, they turned them into events. Criminals were thrown to lions, set on fire, or forced to fight until they collapsed. Sometimes, mythological plays were staged where the actor playing the victim was actually killed for real. Imagine watching a performance of Hercules and the actor being burned alive as part of the show. This wasn't just cruelty. It was theater, designed to remind the people of Rome's power. Nero remains the face of Roman decadence. He executed his mother, his wife, even his closest advisors. He allegedly turned Christians into human torches, lighting his gardens with their burning bodies. And when fire destroyed much of Rome, people whispered that Nero himself had ordered it, so he could build his golden palace on the ruins. Whether he really played the liar as Rome burned may be legend, but his reputation as a mad tyrant remains. At first glance, the Roman baths symbolized cleanliness and sophistication. But behind the marble pillars, things were different. Hundreds bathed in the same water, spreading skin diseases and infections. Baths were also places of gossip, politics, and even prostitution. So while Romans celebrated their baths as symbols of culture, they also became symbols of hidden corruption. Not every child born in Rome was considered worthy of life. Unwanted babies, especially girls or those born with deformities, were abandoned in baskets at the city's edge. Some were taken by strangers and raised as slaves. Others simply died of exposure. This was legal, accepted, and common practice. For a society that built grand temples and aqueducts, it's chilling how little they valued the most innocent lives. As the empire grew, so did its corruption. Senators bribed their way into power, emperors indulged in endless luxuries, and generals betrayed their allies for glory. Rome, once a republic built on discipline and virtue, became a stage of greed and cruelty. In the end, the empire collapsed, not only because of enemies at the gates, but because of decay within its own walls. These are the darkest secrets of ancient Rome. Behind the shining marble there was blood. Behind the glory there was corruption. Behind the empire there was cruelty. History shows us that no empire, no matter how powerful, can survive when its own secrets consume it. Which of these shocked you the most? Comment below, and don't forget to subscribe for more dark tales from history.